Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for this week. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you and welcome to the new week. So this is the week that we do have our new moon in Cancer coming up on the 25th. And so I hope that this new cycle is something that you're going to be conscious about, that you're going to be living in the present moment, about opening a brand new cycle, feeling brand new, doing new things. I'm here with 12 decks to my left, and I'm going to read from each one of those for each zodiac sign. I'm going to mark everything down below in the description so you can just scroll this video and find what you are looking for in terms of your energies. I'm just going to ask you to please stop watching tarot just for your sun sign. You don't really know what's going on if that's what you're doing. The natal charts are free everywhere on the internet. It takes a simple Google to find a free natal chart, even if you don't know the exact time of birth, if you use just the AM or the PM. If you know if you were born in the morning or the afternoon between midnight and noon or noon and midnight, you can get a rising sign as well. So I hope that you will do that, because when you look at your sun, your moon, and your rising, it all makes a little more sense. So if you are interested in a private reading, please know that private readings are open and available. I am reading private readings live, and I'm also reading them in pre-recorded readings. I've also added a new package to my set of packages. It's a lightning quick reading. You'll have it back in 48 hours, 10 minutes or less. I will read on the subject as long as I have to in order to get your answer that I'm happy with. So if you would like to book a reading with me, please look in the pinned comment, which is at the top of all the comments right under this video. There is a link there for Hipsy, which is the only place where you can book me if you'd like to do that. And also, I just wanted to say, there is nowhere, absolutely nowhere on the internet where I will be communicating with you in DMs. I don't answer your DMs. I won't communicate with you in DMs. And it's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's not because I don't want to connect with you. It's because there are too many ways for you to have to be defrauded in DMs. So please know, if you are entertaining anyone who looks like me, anyone who sounds like me, anyone who has my label 10 of Cups Tarot, and they're talking with you in the DMs, it's not me. The only place where you can communicate with me is in my comments. So, and those are very highly monitored. So please, nothing in the DMs is from me. So I'm going to go ahead and read. We're going to start with Aries. Here we are, the fire family. How are you, Aries? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for being here. Let's take a look and see what's going on for you in the week ahead. So whenever you get this, Aries, it's going to be for the next 7 days. Let's finally talk about what's going on with Aries. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries this week. Sneak peek for this week for Aries. Okay, let's find out what's going on. We've got the Four of Cups. In the comfort zone this week, Aries, trying to get a little bit of stability in your emotions. Feels like you're carrying something that is heavily emotional for you. I feel that you're carrying this possibly after an argument or a fight or a communication with somebody who was trying to win at any cost. It could be you, it could be somebody else. This could be somebody that you know. This could be your insurance agent. I don't know, but it feels like there is something that you are carrying around that's quite heavily emotional. It's time for you to drop it. The Eight of Cups is here. Stop settling for allowing people to speak to you in this manner, allowing people to speak to you this way. I'm going to say that it's time for you to sort of just drop this, right? The Eight of Cups is telling me that it's time for you to walk away from arguing. Look, it just simply takes the turning of the back, blocking of the person, not answering the phone, not going after them in text, not doing all of that stuff, right? You can simply just turn your back. So I feel like you can stop this in its tracks if you want to, but it feels like whatever is about to happen this week, this conversation, it could be with someone you know, someone you don't know, but it feels like it is going to be something that is a hard conversation. And it feels like this person's going to be relentless with you. Even though they know that what they're saying is wrong, Aries, they're going to try and goad you into a fight. So be aware. Be self-aware. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. And we've got the Page of Wands. For some of you, it could be a child. For others of you, it could be someone at the bank. It could be over money. It could be that. It feels like, I want to say that you already know who I'm talking about because the High Priestess is here. This is somebody that you've been quiet with. They could be a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, possibly a Pisces, an Aquarius, Sagittarius maybe. It feels like whoever you will be engaging in this back and forth with is someone who's quite immature. It might be over something that happened really quickly, or someone said something out of line. Somebody said something that irritated you, annoyed you, or possibly left you with feeling very pressured, heavy, weighed down emotionally. Maybe you will let them go off and you didn't go off back on them. And so maybe that makes you feel a little bit heavy. I'm going to say this is the week where you get to make a choice. So you can make a choice about whether to hold on to this, drop it, or walk away. It's totally up to you. And it's never about the other person. All choices are always with you. You always have the choice to block them, to leave them, to turn your back, to walk away, to stop engaging. We've got the Hanged Man energy. So this is the place where I feel that you have to decide what you're going to do. I feel like what you're going to do is just what I was talking about. I think you're going to go into a pause. I think you're going to hold back, consider the situation, consider the mentality you're dealing with. This could definitely be a child, an older child, or even a younger child, but it feels like you're definitely going to hold back and go into a perspective energy to realize that this person is really just trying to get an argument. They really don't care if what they're saying is true. They're just really trying to win at any cost. I feel like you will be in this Queen of Pentacles energy, Aries, and you will realize that this person is trying to goad you into something just because you are presenting as the Queen of Pentacles, who is solid, grounded, unshakable, right? This person is somebody who just remains silent and doesn't fight back. And I'm not saying that you're not fighting back because you're weak. I'm saying that you're not fighting back because you're emotionally intelligent, far more emotionally intelligent than the Page of Wands. Tell me more about the Hanged Man. Yeah, I feel like what you're doing is you're holding back or getting perspective about what do I really want for the future? Because if I don't cut this off where it is right now, I'm never going to be able to prosper in my future. And this is true. Because if you have an argument or a fight, or you have resentment or anything like that toward one human, it is a block in your lifetime, understand? Unless you become conscious of it, you will be unconscious of it and you will call it fate. And that's something that Carl Jung said. So you have to be aware in the present moment about what's going on. And I feel like what you're doing is you are becoming aware, self-aware, or aware in the present moment that I've got to hold back, get a perspective on what this person is doing or trying to do about goading me into some sort of an argument here. And you make a major decision. This is a major turning point for you, I feel. The major turning point is I'm not going to allow them to pull me into an argument. You don't have to show up to every argument that has started with you. You just don't have to. I mean, your ego might want to. Everybody has an ego who wants to snap back or start the argument or end the argument if you're going to start it. Everybody has that part of their ego, but I feel like this is a turning point for you this week where you make this really big judgment that you're going to leave back there the person that you used to be, and the person going forward has been resurrected into the Ace of Pentacles, the one who's abundant, solid, grounded. I'm looking forward. I'm in the present moment. I'm looking into the future as someone who is going to plant this pentacle and grow sturdy and solid. I don't think you're going to let them pull you into arguments anymore. I love this energy that is of the outcome here is the Six of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Cups. I feel like you could be arguing or fighting, or someone in the family might try to be pulling you into a family argument or a family fight. This could also be someone you've known for a really long time, or maybe it's a soulmate friend or a soulmate lover. But the Six of Swords tells me no more chaos. No, I'm not going to let you drag me into the chaos any longer. The Seven of Swords, because this is deceit. You're just trying to drag me into an argument so you can goad me into saying something inappropriate, terrible, horrible, or however you can twist it or misconstrue it, and then tell everybody else about it. Aries, I feel like someone is going to try and provoke you this week because they know that maybe you can be quick to anger, but I think you're going to do the about face. I feel like you're going to go into the Hanged Man energy because I feel like going forward into the future, you're far more stable in your judgment. I feel around the corner for you. I love it. The King of Cups shows up. That's really lovely. Look at this. So we have the King of Cups. Who's that? The person who's emotionally intelligent, emotionally aware. They realize that if somebody comes at me like this in the Five of Swords, losing my crap everywhere and trying to fight back with words or emotions isn't going to get anybody anywhere. It's actually just going to stress you out. The King of Cups is really lovely energy to show up because the Ten of Cups is in the reverse right now. And I feel like there's like no love loss here. I want to say that it could be a member of the family that you decide you're just not going to deal with, or it could be somebody who you've known for a long time, a friend who's just off the rails and you're not going to deal with it anymore. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It just means that you love them enough not to fight back is all it is here. Could be a mother for some of you. The Empress is on the bottom of the deck, but maybe you're the Empress, right? Understand that the Empress is Taurus and Libra energy just because those are the Venusian signs and the Empress is loving and abundant, but that could be your energy, feminine or masculine. You're someone who's solid and grounded and knows your stuff, and you will be honest and truthful, but I'm not going to fight with you. I'm just going to state the facts. Like, it feels like you have really changed, I want to say. The Knight of Pentacles is here. Yep. I feel like you're going to continue to love this person, even though the Ten of Cups is in the reverse, and understand that Ten of Cups in the reverse could be very temporary. It doesn't have to be permanent, but I feel like what is permanent is that you have your shit together. I think that that's what's permanent. You have learned a lesson here, my friend. We've got the Page of Swords. You are still learning. We never stop how to learn to be the King of Cups. It's a muscle that you flex. And I feel like you're flexing this muscle this week. The Tower is here. I feel like you've come to some sort of a shocking realization that this person is going to be toxic. No matter what energy you're in, this person will continue to be toxic, continue to try and trap you into conversation, engage with you in this way of the Five of Swords. Just don't let them do it. They're just going to get you caught in your head. Good for you, man. Good for you. So we have Virgo, we have Gemini, we have Virgo and Pisces energy. We have more Pisces. We have Aries, more Pisces. You could be dealing with someone who's Pisces. We have Scorpio and Cancer as well. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, more Pisces energy. Maybe it's telling you to listen to your intuition, right? More Pisces energy. We have Aries, sorry, not Aries, but we have Aquarius twice, Sagittarius and Cancer. We also have Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. A warning for you. All right, Taurus. Here we go, my bull gang. How are you, friends? Let's take a look. Find out what's going on for you in the next 7 days, Taurus. Sneak peek for this week. Tell me what is going on for Taurus, please. Tell me what's going on for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for this week, the next 7 days. Tell me about Taurus. We have the Star. This is going to be a week of healing for you, Taurus. It's also going to be manifestation. We do have this new moon coming up on the 25th. Possibly you're going to go into a bit of a ritual, welcoming in the new cycle maybe. We have somebody here who is practicing a ritual, right? We have the moon in the background here. This is Aquarius energy. I think you're going to be very mindful. Ooh, the Tower is here. Okay. I love that when the Tower and the Star come up together, because it tells me this is a soft tower, which is more of a realization. So it is like a shocking revelation, I will say. It isn't something that you're going to have to worry about in terms of anything shifting too hard in your life. I feel like this is a shift of the mind because the Star energy is Aquarius and Aquarius is air. So I feel like this is a shift of your mindset, or you wake up one day and you're like, there's the answer. It feels like it's something you've been searching for. Yeah. With the Hermit energy, you might be just coming out of a dark night of the soul, possibly. You are going into a new cycle, but the Hermit energy is where we go when we're trying to take care of ourselves. We also go there for the self-audit, but it's more like self-preservation energy. It's like I need to go there to heal, to clean my wounds, right? So it feels like this energy here is telling me that you are having some sort of a major revelation that is coming up while you are in meditation, in Hermit energy, being by yourself here, Taurus. You've come to a major major revelation here. Because look, those are all major arcana. So when the major arcana shows up, there's nothing you can do about it. You can just react or respond. That's your job at that point. So I feel like your response is on point. And we have the Eight of Cups. I think there's something that you've realized. You're having this big realization here, or a shift of your mindset to realize that you can no longer settle for the way people are treating you, for the way people are breadcrumbing you. You can no longer settle for things. It's time for you to disconnect or detach from certain people, places, situations, maybe your job. Could be a friendship, could be a love ship. I feel like you have not been treated the right way, Taurus. You know this as well as I do, because I'm a Taurus sun as well, that we can be I'm going to say terribly loyal, and sometimes we give people too many chances, right? It's time for you to detach. For whatever you've gone into the hermit energy about, your revelation or realization is, I've got to go. I've got to just leave behind what is no longer serving me, even though it might hurt, Taurus. I feel like the star and the hermit energy are here to help you heal, but I feel like it's a quiet revelation, Taurus. It's nothing that's going to shake you down here. We do have the Page of Cups. It does feel like it's a bit of a shock or a surprise, but I also think that the Page of Cups is telling me that you're on to bigger and better things, that life has got to move on, and that there is better news coming in the future here. There is good news that is about to arrive. I feel like you are going to spend this week in a bit of an emotional place, but I also feel like you'll slowly get all of those 7 cups under wraps. I feel like this as sad as it may be, with the Eight of Cups having to, because sometimes it's really sad to realize that there are people in your life who are never going to heal, or who aren't interested in healing at this time, and they're just at this point infecting your life, so you've got to pull away. The Seven of Cups tells me that it is an overwhelming thing, but you will heal from it. I feel like you are, while you're healing, I feel like the Page of Cups is here to say there is good news on the way whilst you're in the midst of healing. The good news is, I feel like this Empress energy is telling me that you will heal, that it is time for a new cycle, in fact, right? We do have somebody who's ready to birth something new, and we do have this new moon on the 25th. What's today, by the way? 24th. It's tomorrow. So this new cycle is birthing itself tomorrow, friend. And this Empress energy is telling me that it's time for you to stand in your power. You know, when you end up in this Empress energy and your light is shining, you are going to collect sometimes haters. People who when you're present, it rattles them, because they know that this could be their potential, but they have a fear of stepping into this energy, because this can be a lonesome energy for a while, this Empress, that really doesn't need anyone. I don't need you. I would like to have you in my life, but I don't need you in my life. When you become self-sufficient and a person who can create whatever you want just simply by practicing discipline and asking for it, then it becomes aggravating to some of the people around you who are not ready to step into this Empress energy right away. So they'll try and deter you from opening new cycles, from birthing new things. We've got the Four of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Wands. Yeah, I think you're just going to go away quietly, honestly. I feel like you are healing from some sort of thing that has happened to you here. I think this is your healing week. I think that the Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands is telling me that you're going to be holding back by yourself, not taking any action, not really speaking with people. You might be in this hermit energy for part of the week here, or maybe the whole week. But I feel like what you're doing is you're leaving, holding back, and you're going to find your happiness, stability, celebration in just being by yourself this week. It feels like with the Knight of Wands in the reverse that what you need is stability. The Knight of Wands in the reverse is stability, moving slow, not making quick actions. Four of Wands is happiness, celebration, stability as well. Four of Pentacles is holding back or being shut off, shut down, and not really sharing your energy, time with other people. I feel like you're thinking over whatever has gone on here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, and you're planning your next move. You're like, really, what is my goal? Is my goal here to pander to people who can't regulate their own emotions? Is my goal here to pander to people who don't understand my path? Look, not everyone has to understand your path, Taurus. Not everyone even needs to like your path. But I feel like it's time for you to understand your own path, and that you really don't need to be with people who are going to be hard on you, I'm going to say. Tell me about this Tower. before we go, tell me about the Tower. We've got the Lovers. We've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Six of Cups. For some of you, this is a friend, I feel, that possibly you are walking away from or disconnecting from. For others of you, it might be someone that you had some really big feelings for. And so the Lovers is here with the Tower. And it does feel like for some of you, because the Eight of Cups and the Hermit is here, along with the Star, it does feel like you have this revelation or realization that, yes, maybe that person was my soulmate, but maybe they were here to teach me a lesson. Maybe they're a karmic soulmate. Maybe they're someone who is not supposed to be in my life forever. It feels like you have some sort of a realization that whatever is meant for me will never pass me by. It will come back around again. And I feel like there's somebody here, a lover, who's in your memory bank, and I feel like you're having a realization about why you can't be with them or why they don't want to be with you. I feel like you are looking for something long-term and solid, and we've got the Fool here. It looks like there is the Seven of Swords here, and it does feel like you've come to a realization here that maybe someone wasn't completely clear or honest with you about their intentions. It does feel like you are in this Four of Cups energy, this contemplative sort of comfort zone, and I think you needed to heal emotionally, because I feel like you are making a big move to remove or move away from people who will cause you nothing but internal pain. Taurus, I feel like you are standing up in the Empress energy here and deciding, you know what, this new cycle is for me. I'm going to focus on me. I think that's the good news that's arriving, and although it's overly emotional for you, I feel like you have decided, I'm just going to step out onto the path myself. I can do it myself. I really don't need anybody. If anyone else comes along and can offer me good energy, I'll take that energy. But right now, Taurus, I feel like you're going to have to walk it alone. We've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, and the outcome. Yep, 2 and 6 is 8. 8 Pentacles is putting the hard work in on something, which could be you. We do have the Page of Wands, you on a new path, taking action, deciding that life is probably looks better in the future than I think it does. You know, when you move up into the Empress energy, sometimes it can be lonely for a period of time, because you are, you've got these boundaries, right? And you've decided that you're not going to allow people to come in and rock your world anymore, that you would much rather live quietly by yourself and instability than have anyone come in and rock your world, Taurus. And so I feel like you have decided that, I'm just going to get out on this new path, an excited way by myself, instability, and it feels like I don't have to worry about people breadcrumbing me anymore. I feel like you are off onto some sort of new path in the future. What's coming up around the corner for Taurus, please? Got the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor. There it is, Temperance. Look, I feel like you are taking charge, Taurus. You're like, I have to do this. I feel like for some of you, we are talking about also this Tower and this Lovers here. I feel like there is somebody here that maybe you're having a realization about, that you realize that this person is not for you. And it might be that you're attracted to them and they're attracted to you, but maybe they don't give you the kind of stability that the Empress requires. They're not giving you that kind of stability. If that's the truth, I want to tell you that there is somebody in the future who is your absolute match here, who is the Emperor. And I know you get tired of hearing that there is somebody in the future, but look, you have to learn how to live in the Empress energy before, or the Emperor energy, before you can attract your match, right? It depends on how long you've been in the Emperor or the Empress energy. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and I want to say that you are confident that through your healing, you will meet someone who is as healed as you. And the Emperor and the Empress are on the same vibration. They are the natural match. Two people that don't actually need anybody or need each other will come together and be able to create things on their own, and then come together and achieve something together as well. And I think that's kind of beautiful. So your stability starts with you, but I think it's going to be added to for some of you. You might have a romantic connection coming in who is the same energy as you. So we do have Virgo energy. We have Sagittarius. We have Aries energy. Libra and Taurus. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. We have Virgo. We have Gemini, we have Scorpio, and Aquarius. All right. Tell me about Gemini. So Moon rising, Venus and Jupiter, sneak peek for this week for Gemini. Tell me about Gemini, please. So Moon rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. Gemini, we start with the Four of Pentacles. This week is a week where I feel like you might be keeping to yourself, holding back. For some of you, it could be a week where you're just sort of staying at home, hunkering down to save some money. Could be that. We've got the Magician energy here. We've got the Ten of Wands. And we've got the Nine of Cups. I feel like this week for you, Gemini, is a week for you to, I'm going to say it's like a recalibration. In my mind's eye, it's like when you're driving around and you got the GPS on, right? And sometimes you have to take the detour. And it feels like you're in a bit of a detour right now, I want to say. After the detour, you get to a place where I feel that you are, you have an inner happiness. And for some of you, this could begin this week, but not necessarily complete itself this week. I feel like I'm supposed to tell you that you've got to realize that you're the one in control. The Magician is here. You have the choice to begin to end a mindset, anything, that whatever it is that's going on with you this week. You don't have to react to everything that shows up to goad you into an argument, to goad you into a fight. I feel like right now you're under pressure. You're under pressure. I feel like you're trying to save money, or you're holding back something that I feel that you're trying to work out. I'm going to say that whatever it is that you're holding back on, or feel pressured by, or feel it's like you're going into burnout, I want to say. But the Magician energy is, it's almost like this burnout energy is giving you a moment to sit with your Magician energy. Make the next plan, realize what you have for tools, realize that you can move forward into happiness if you choose to. But I feel like you start this week with sort of holding back. I feel like some of you are in the midst of financial issues or financial pressures. Financial pressures might be weighing you down. And it feels like, I want to say, you do have the all the resources and the tools. Whether you do it yourself or you hire someone to help you, I feel like it can end up in the Nine of Cups for you. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. We've got the Seven of Swords. I feel like you've been holding something under the surface, Gemini, and it feels like it's almost a bit of an explosion of energy this week. I feel like you just need to let the top off the bottle. My mind's eye, Charlie is showing me an old Coke bottle. For those of you, you know, if you're around my age group, and used to have to open them with an opener, right? And I feel like there's some sort of a burst or surge of energy that's coming out here after holding something back under the surface. But I want to say that the reason you pop off, or the reason that you are trying to expel the energy or let the top off the bottle, is because there's too much pressure in the bottle. I feel like you need to get out more. You need to get out. You need to be with the people who love you, who care for you, who celebrate you. And I feel like this, I feel like there's something here that you've been holding under the surface, and you just need to let off some steam, is what it feels like. So I feel like you need to get into a group of people who really love you, who are very kind to you. I think you'll figure it out, because the Magician is here and you have all the aces in hand. So you can take whatever path you want to. But first you must realize that you're the one in control. You're the one in control of your destiny. You never had to do, say, or be anything that anyone else wanted you to be. You can be your own self. But I feel like you've been feeling under pressure about something someone has said or done, and it feels like you've been holding back, and boom, all of a sudden you sort of pop off after holding it under the surface for a while here. I feel like it's good that you're letting off the steam. It might be a friendship situation here. It could be a work situation for some of you. I feel like you've seen a friendship for what it really is, or you're really seeing who your friends are and who are the people who really love you, who really take care of you, who are really on your side. And it feels like this week might be a bit of a nostalgic week. I feel like the Sun is here because you're having a breakthrough about who really is on your side or on your team. The cooperation, the collaboration, who's really the person who really knows me, right? I'm looking at the person who's going over this pentacle here with a looking very closely and intricately. I feel like you're coming to this realization or breakthrough as to who really does know you and who really does love you. It feels like it's a realization, and you could be looking over your soulmate friend groups. You could be looking over your family. It feels like you're really seeing people for who they are this week and making your decisions accordingly. Feels like the Lovers is making your choices, right? Deciding who you want in your life and who you do not want in your life. Tell me what the outcome is this week. We've got the Empress, we've got the Chariot, and we've got the Four of Wands. So it does tell me that I feel like you are going through a growth spurt this week. So it might feel terrible. I'm just going to say, growth spurts aren't really easy. It might feel terrible. You might be hitting rock bottom. You might be feeling really burnt out energetically. But I want to say that the reason you're feeling burnt out energetically is because you're going from one vibration to another. You are passing through this new moon, which is going to energize you once you get on the other side, maybe a week after or something. But it feels like this Chariot energy is the burst of energy I was talking about. So it feels like that you are going to be like having some sort of big burst of energy, moving quickly, moving sort of, I want to say violently into this new cycle. And I think that's where you're born, as the Empress. Now, the Empress is somebody who is in control of themselves. They don't really need anybody. They are an island unto themselves. They do invite people into their lives, but people who understand that they can't cross a certain boundary. So I feel like you need to, this week, need to realize that the Empress is somebody who is compassionate, kind, and loving. This person is someone who is independent, fiery, who can do it by themselves, but will invite somebody into their lives if that person is okay to let them be who they are, because the Queen of Wands is someone who just does their own thing and is very tenacious. Somebody who's very solid and grounded and moves slowly, is taking care of their health, their mental health, their physical health. And we do have also the Queen of Swords, who is very honest and truthful with the people around them. So I feel like you are sort of being, I'm going to say, pulled kicking and screaming into this new cycle here, where I feel you're on the other side of the cycle. You will feel more stability here with the Four of Wands, more celebratory, more stable, I think, in your energy. Tell me what is coming around the corner, please, for Gemini. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It's going to take a little more work on yourself. I think right now you're at the Five of Pentacles, which is you're pulling away from people, pulling back your energy, feeling like you're on the outside looking in. It feels like things are kind of crumbling for you just a little bit, and you're coming to the realization that you're the magician, that the only thing that you can count on is the skills and the resources and the magic that you bring. That's really the only thing that you can count on. So we can see that from a distance, it looks like there's 5 pentacles here, but there really is 8, because 3 more here, the 3 pentacles, which are right here, are actually is something that you're building on at this time. So I think that right now you are on the outside looking in, but you're sort of rebuilding or building, possibly finding a new friendship group, a new community, a new network. It feels like here. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Look, everything is going to work out the way that it should. Destiny is here. Everything is changing. And as I was saying, things are kind of crumbling and reassembling themselves. Parts are moving around. And that's why it feels like everything is up in the air, because it is. You are going through an expansion. And sometimes the expansion can feel like you're losing your mind, that you're going into burnout. But look, what I really love is, for me, when the Queen of Swords shows up with the Empress, it tells me this is usually the hardest queen for us to master, and that is because this queen is the one who's not any fun. This is the one who everybody's going to be mad at, because they're just going to be honest and truthful, not in a terrible, awful, or a ruffle your feathers kind of way, but just in a very factual statement kind of way. Look, you can't treat me like that anymore. I've got these boundaries now, and I'm not going to allow you in my life if that's the way you're going to talk to me. So the Queen of Swords, when here with the Empress, tells me that this is the last thing that you need to accomplish, which is learning how to keep your cool as you're explaining yourself emotionally, mentally. As you're trying to say the words, you need to try and keep your cool, because this is Libra. Libra is always in balance, and it's time for you to liberate yourself. And when you do, you move into this Empress energy here. So it feels like there is a lot of changes going on, because the wheel is here. These are destined changes. Right now, it feels like you're on the outside looking in, but what you're doing currently is you're creating your own path. You're creating something more stable and grounded, something that is something you want to invest in. And then if people want to come around and invest in you as the Empress, let them do that. But if they don't, that's cool, because the Empress really doesn't need anybody else. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius on the bottom of the deck. We have Scorpio, Gemini, Leo. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, and Sagittarius. We have Gemini and Aries. We have Cancer, Libra, and Taurus. All right. Cancer, happy birthday. Birthday babies, how you doing? I hope your Cancer season is starting out great. Thanks for telling me when your birthday is. I was able to say happy birthday to a few of you. Y'all, thanks for being in the comments and telling me about your birthday, because look, some of the signs just don't talk to me. Virgo never talks to me. Very few Virgos talk to me. But nonetheless, thank you so much for putting your comments about your birthday. So happy birthday to you. I hope everything is going well for you at this point. Let's find out what is going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer, sneak peek for this week, the next 7 days. We've got the Hanged Man. This week is a week of contemplation. It's a week of perspective. I feel that you are in a bit of a pause this week, thinking over the next move, thinking about what you're going to do next, possibly. Maybe you're just waiting for the new cycle to open because the Page of Cups is here, and there is something new coming in the future, and I think it is good news. It's something that's going to make you feel good. We do have the Ace of Pentacles here. It's going to make you feel balanced and solid, and it could be an opportunity of new love for some of you here. We do have the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're in the most attractive energy that you've been in for a while. Sagittarius energy. Jupiter's in your sign, right? So it feels like, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. That's why I'm saying that here. But the Queen of Wands is here. And the Knight of Wands is here. Double Sagittarius. So I feel like that this energy of the Hanged Man is telling me that you're in contemplation, that you're in a bit of a pause, trying to figure out where you want to place this pentacle. Where do you want to invest next? Because I feel like you can see that there's roots hanging off this pentacle here. It means that somebody has been, I'm thinking of the plant in the glass of water on the counter. My mom used to have a bunch of them. And I feel like you're ready to invest somewhere, invest yourself, invest in a 3D opportunity here. And it feels like it is an exciting opportunity that's showing up. And I feel like this time of pause or contemplation is necessary before you take some sort of action here. Like I said, I feel like you are in the most attractive energy that you've been in quite some time, and I feel like it's attracting opportunity here. For some of you, it could be new love opportunity. For some of you, it could be business or a job. Tell me about the Hanged Man. Why are you in a pause? Because the Two of Wands is in the reverse. And when the Two of Wands is in the reverse, it tells me that you have been contemplating what your next move is. When the Two of Wands is in the reverse for me, it's like, okay, I've planned enough. It's time for me to take action. So I feel like the reason that you've been in the Hanged Man energy is because you've been making a plan. We've got Justice. And we have the Lovers. It does feel like you're ready for new love. It feels like I'm speaking to somebody who has sort of been off the market for a little bit, sort of had enough, or maybe you've just been keeping to yourself. It feels like that the Lovers being here with Justice here tells me that you've planned long enough. You've looked into it with a perspective. You've been in a pause for quite some time. For some of you, it could be since December. We got card number 12 here, but I feel like mostly we're talking about your intuition, and that you've finally come to a place where you're learning to get perspective and then trust your gut, to trust what is going on with your intuition. You're trusting you, and I feel like you've become more stable or more balanced in realizing what it is what you want and what you don't want. What you want is, if you have the Lovers, you want not just any love, you want soulmate love. You want a stable soulmate love. And I feel like you are attracting that because the Page of Cups is here. But it feels like you've been planning to gain some sort of stability in your life, or a stable romantic connection, stable love, or to make a stable choice. We've got the Ten of Wands. Why is that? We've got the Ace of Swords. I feel like you were mentally burnt out. I feel like that's why you were in the pause. The universe is giving you this time to be in a pause. It feels like you had some sort of mental burnout going here. I feel like you were overthinking a lot of things. It's like playing both sides of a chessboard in your head. And I feel like that's what the energy that you were being faced with here. The King of Swords, of course, is the one who is being very logical, but understand that Aquarius is the ultimate overthinker. And sometimes they get analysis paralysis. They spend so much time editing or going over the edits and then going back and editing the edits and then editing the edits that they've already edited. It feels like you can get stuck in your head, stuck in time. It feels like this Ten of Wands is telling me that it brought you to a place of emotional burnout or burnout of the mind. I feel like you've been just overthinking the details and the chess moves on both sides of the board. It's time for you to get a partner to play with, literally and figuratively. We've got the King of Wands. I feel like you're moving away from this. You've decided you're going to be motivated to move forward here, to go get what you want. And I mean, that's going to be different for all of you, whatever it is that you want. But I feel like you've been growing also into the King of Wands energy, where you're trying to find the courage to move forward with whatever plan you've been thinking about here. We do have the King and the Queen of Wands. I'm just going to say the Page of Cups is here. It feels like there is a new connection coming in that will be mutually understanding. So you might have a fire placement. You don't have to, of course, but I feel like that when you do meet the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands, whether you're feminine or masculine, that you will be mirrored, or you will mirror that person's energy. They might be very excitable. They might make you excited about life going into the future again. They might make you stop the overthinking in favor of passion, in favor of excitement. Let's travel. Let's go there. Let's 11 o'clock at night. Let's just go for coffee somewhere and speak till the sun comes up. It feels like you're going to be meeting someone who meets you emotionally in the ways of passion. I'm going to say they strike up all of your passions here. They bring out the best in you. Tell me what the outcome is for Cancer, please. We've got the Devil. We've got the Ten of Cups. And we've got the Hermit energy. I feel like the reason that you've been keeping to yourself, staying by yourself, or that you've been in hermit mode, quiet, not in the dating scene, not doing those things, I feel is because you're still in doubt of the Ten of Cups. I feel that you think it's elusive, that there isn't any way that you're ever going to find something that is emotionally happy, that will be long lasting. I feel like the Ten of Cups is telling me that your emotional apex of happiness is going to show up, but not if you're in hermit mode. You really have to get out there and go meet somebody in the wild. And maybe you're on the apps, but I don't think that's where it happens. I feel like you have to really be in front of people, Cancer, especially you, because you're a very psychic water sign. You have to be in front of people. Look, you can swipe left or right and, whatever appeals to the eye, but you can't feel their energy through a screen. Most of you can't. And so I feel like you just need to get out into the wilderness here to meet somebody. I feel like you're very much in doubt of that this is ever going to end up in something that is in the Ten of Cups, but you're certainly not going to be able to give it a shot at all if you stay in Hermit energy. Around the corner is Temperance, Ace of Wands, and the Chariot. Look, we got 1, 2, 3 wands, right? It feels like that there is somebody in the future, right? The Three of Wands is looking forward to the future. There's a new passionate cycle that's opening, and tomorrow is the new moon in your sign. And so this is a new chapter that's opening up for you, a very, auspicious and lucky chapter, because it is the moon, and the moon is your energy, and it also is a moon in Cancer, a new moon. So I feel like this new moon is going to be very healing for you, very balancing. It's going to bring you to a moment of alchemy where you realize you're now the thoroughbred out the gate. Somebody has opened the gates and you're gone. It feels like the gates are here, and I feel like when the gates open, the Chariot tells me you're out. You get this energy. That's your energy here, Cancer. You get this energy where you're balanced in your energy, trying to stay stable and grounded, and you're off to the races here, is what it feels like. We've got the High Priestess in the reverse. This is what's being revealed to you, that it's go time. Right. Tell me what is going on for these signs here. We've got Pisces and Cancer, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We've got more Sagittarius, Aries, Sagittarius again. We have Pisces energy, Virgo. We've got Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn on the bottom of the deck. All right. Let's talk about you, Leo. Your family. Tell me about Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's coming up for Leo. Sneak peek for this week, the next 7 days, whenever you find this, Leo. Tell me about Leo. What's coming up this week? We have the Hanged Man. So this is a week of contemplation. You might be holding back a little, or it feels like you're getting some sort of different perspective this week. And I feel like it's something that you've been thinking about, trying to reach into your intuition to make some sort of a decision. We've got the Devil energy here. It's something you can't stop thinking about. I think it's almost an obsessive thought pattern or perspective. It's like you're trying to find a perspective, so you keep reaching into the intuition, saying, give me an answer, give me an answer. We have the 9 of Wands energy. It feels like you're approaching mental burnout is what it feels like here with all this overthinking that's going on. And as I say that, the Knight of Swords is here. I feel like whatever you are contemplating this week, whatever perspective you've been looking for, I feel like you will find it this week, because the Knight of Swords is here telling me that there is going to be some sort of aggressive action or a realization, a moment of realization, because the Knight of Swords always holds that sword to the sky. And for me, whenever swords are pointing up, it's like an aha moment, or we reach truth, or we reach clarity here. It does feel like with the Devil energy and the 9 of Wands is I feel like you've been sort of stuck in this place of having to be resilient and trying not to fall into this burnout mode. I feel that you're feeling quite pressured about the end of a cycle. Look, the 9 of Wands is a place where you can drop all of this. It feels like you're hanging on for dear life to some sort of energy that you're familiar with that might be a little bit of chaotic energy. It feels like you're used to living on the 9, living on the edge. You're used to living on the edge of burnout, but keeping moving regardless of what's going on in your life, because if there is any sign in the zodiac that is resilient, it is you, Leo. And I feel like you are hanging on the edge. Yeah. It feels like you're hanging on the edge, because it feels like you're approaching some sort of a mental burnout because of an obsessive thought pattern that you can't seem to let go of. It's like it's got you paralyzed here. We've got the 3 of Swords. You're thinking about something that didn't work out for you, whether it was disappointing, heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, whatever the situation is. This is 3 of Swords, and I feel like this is the thing you're trying to get perspective on. We do have the 5 of Cups. You are looking into the past where I feel this 3 of Swords happened. It feels like you're still hanging on to some sort of regret about something here. We have the 2 of Wands. It's a regret of not taking action on something when you had the chance to do so. So it feels like there's an obsessive thought pattern going on here. It feels like you have regret because you feel like you should have taken action on something when you had the chance to do it and you didn't take action. So this Hanged Man energy is you getting perspective on that. Tell me what else we need to know about this, please. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. We have the 8 of Wands. And we have the Queen of Wands. It seems like you're in contemplation here, friend, with the 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck with the Hermit. It feels like you're stuck in hermit mode. And so I was going to say that it feels like you're stuck in analysis paralysis. It feels like you're thinking about one point of interest over and over and over again. I feel like you are on the edge of taking action. Knight of Wands is here. You are on the edge of taking action towards someone, something, a situation, or a job. And it feels like this Queen of Swords in the reverse with the 2 of Wands here. The 2 of Wands is I'm making a plan. And I feel like you are making a plan that you want to try and take action on something, but it feels like the Queen of Swords in the reverse energy is, what if it doesn't work out in my favor? The 8 of Wands here is like, I really do want to move forward. I want to make contact. I want to call this person. I want to text this person. I want to move forward to this person, job placement, whatever it is, situation. The Queen of Wands is here. I feel like you want to make a big, bold move, but I think that is what is deterring you right now. What's got you in the analysis paralysis is that the Queen of Swords is in the reverse. It feels like you're like, okay, well, if I do decide to come out of this Eight of Swords energy and take this chance or this risk, is it going to end up in the Seven of Cups for me? Is this going to end up in me feeling manipulated in my emotional energy? I feel like you're wondering, should I move away from this or should I take charge? We got the Six of Swords and the Emperor. And so I feel like you're about to take charge on something, but I also feel like you want to make a big, bold move to take action, but you're scared of the repercussions because you're scared of all of the planning that you've done going out the window if you're too aggressive in the situation. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. So I think the Queen of Pentacles is sort of your warning. The warning is that you can make a big, bold move. You can move forward. But I feel like you're supposed to do it in a slow, solid, grounded way. Don't go busting in on anyone's life. Maybe I feel like it's a warning that's needed. Maybe instead of, going aggressively in text, maybe it's a, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you or talked to you in a while. It feels like it needs to be approached slowly. You might be approaching someone who's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. I feel like this energy here with the Queen of Swords in the reverse is your worry that someone is going to give you the gears for taking your time. It feels like that you wish that you would have taken action. You're in regret and heartbreak or heartache about something you never took action on. And I think that you're scared. Your worry here is with the Queen of Swords is that if you do take big, bold action, is this person going to give you the what for, right? All right, tell me what the outcome is here, please, for Leo. We've got the World card, Leo. We've got the Eight of Swords. And we've got the King of Cups. So Leo, I think what you're being asked to do here is to close the chapter on the Eight of Swords. You need to finally come to this place or this milestone where you're no longer paralyzed by your thoughts, where you're no longer locked in the brain, where you're thinking about it but not taking action. Because I feel like this reading is saying in the future for you to make a big, bold move, but make sure that it's not aggressive. Make sure that it's a good balance between the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like this Eight of Swords here is telling me with the World card that it's time for you to close the chapter of not taking action and leaving everything up in your head. That way you won't go through your life in regret. The King of Cups is here. I feel like there is somebody here that you've been holding your feelings back on, and I feel like you've been overthinking the situation, or you've been locked in your mind with the King of Cups energy. I feel like you are scared to bring your feelings to the surface. And understand, I don't think that any Leo I've ever met is scared at all of anything. I feel like you're the most brave. Besides Aries, you're the most brave. But it feels like with the King of Cups, it feels like there's somebody here that you never told about your feelings because you were in the Eight of Swords. So I feel like that's a door you need to close, and which means that you need to move forward into the Fool, because the World card is the last card in the Major Arcana. So it's time for you to move forward to the new cycle, the new chapter, which is tomorrow, which is the new moon in Cancer, right? This is your chance. This is the most lucky time because right now Jupiter is in Cancer. Right now is the time for you to move forward here and do whatever it is that you feel like you should do. We do have the Strength card in the reverse. I feel like what's going on right now is you are building momentum, that you are trying to gain inner strength to make some sort of a decision. The Ten of Pentacles is here because I feel like there is somebody here that you are very interested in having a very long-term, steady, stable, sturdy, longevity, let's make this work for the long-term sort of energy. And then we have the Magician in the reverse. But will I be manipulated? Will the Queen of Swords in the reverse, will that person manipulate me in any way. I feel like this is your biggest concern. I saw it on the bottom of the deck, and now it's coming out in your reading. It feels like you're scared of being manipulated by whomever you are choosing to approach. We have the Three of Pentacles. This could be someone who is a friend who you plan on crossing the border with them from friendship to passion, because we do have the Queen of Wands, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Two of Wands. It feels like you're trying to drop some sort of burden with the Eight and the Two of Wands, that you're approaching burnout from thinking about this too much. I feel like you're ready to take aggressive and decisive action and make some sort of a big, bold move on someone who possibly you already know. They could be a friend. They don't have to be. They could be a work colleague or someone in your community, someone that you've had, a back and forth that was very stable, sturdy, cooperative, collaborative. I feel like this is the Three of Pentacles is telling me, can we pick up where we left off? I feel like you're worried about what the Queen of Swords is going to say. We do have the Three of Wands. What's in the future? And in the future, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. I feel like this person does have their boundaries up when it comes to you, but I feel like they feel that you are their wish fulfillment. The Eight of Pentacles tells me that you've probably been working on yourself. Four of Wands, that you're looking for happiness, stability, and possibly taking a relationship to the next level, working on something that might be more solid or sturdy. We do have Aries and Gemini here. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. We do have we have your energy here, Leo. We have Gemini. We have Scorpio, Pisces. Sorry, the words are really small. I'm reading. The King of Cups is Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. We've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy, and we have Capricorn energy. So this is the week that I feel you are going to make some sort of really big move toward whatever it is you want to make a big move on, whether that's a job, a person, a situation. Let's talk about Virgo. What's coming up this week, next 7 days, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo, please. What is going on for Virgo? Next 7 days, sneak peek for this week for Virgo. Virgo, we have you in the Four of Wands this week. Ooh, why is this all falling out here? We have the Hanged Man, which has come out in the reverse. So I feel like you've reached some sort of conclusion or a realization or an aha moment here. Something that you've been in a pause about or trying to get a perspective on. I feel like it might be surrounding the home or your stability, happiness within the home. Tell me more. We have the Magician energy here. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like somebody here, well, first of all, the first thing I'm getting here is maybe somebody is trying to figure out whether they want to do renovations on the home. It feels like the Queen of Pentacles is the one, of course, who is always planning, adorning themselves, adorning the home, taking care of things, doting on people. The Magician is the one who is got all the resources and the skills. So you might be someone who's a carpenter. You might be someone who's an upholsterer or a painter. It feels like this Hanged Man energy in the reverse is the revelation or realization with the Four of Wands. So for some of you, it could be about home renovations, about buying a house, about finding a home base. Maybe you're moving. Maybe it's about money. Maybe I need more money in order to be able to do the renovations. The Magician energy is here. And so I want to say you do have everything that you need, including your manifestation skills, which are right on point, in order to bring something to a very happy, stable place that is a place that you want to be, a fun place, a comfortable place is what it feels like. We have the Temperance card here. That's what you're striving for. You're striving for the comfort zone. And in this case, I'm not telling you that the comfort zone is a bad thing. It feels like the Four of Cups and the Temperance card. I feel like you've come to this place where just leave me alone. That's what it feels like. Just leave me alone. I just want to be happy. I want to be stable. I want to be stable in my home, enjoying the place where I pay my mortgage or pay my rent. But it feels like this Temperance card is telling me that you will have I feel like at this time you're healing emotions or healing something. You're trying to find comfort. And because you can't find the comfort, I think that you're making the comfort, to be honest. The Queen of Pentacles tells me you are arriving into this energy where you're focused on yourself, on your pentacle world, on your job, on your home, on your house. Maybe you're building a garden in the backyard, whatever it is. But whatever it is, you have the skills to do it. So you are using all of those aces, whatever aces suit you in going forward into this next cycle. We have the Nine of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Six of Cups. It does feel like it is based around home or around happiness in the home. We do have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. The Nine of Swords is here. We're at the ends of cycles here, so I feel like you've just come through a place that was worrisome, or that still maybe has you a little bit worried. And I think it's mostly because in some respects you're still stuck to the past, or you're stuck in nostalgia about something, and maybe you're feeling like maybe you're a person who comes from a place where you never had a happy home. And so I feel like you're a person who is now really working on multiplying happiness, celebration, stability. I feel like that's really your focus, that possibly you are someone who does not come from that naturally. So you're learning how to figure out how to make happy memories for the people that are in your family, or maybe your friends. It feels like the Six of Cups is attached to the Four of Wands, so it feels like you are trying to lead a very stable, sturdy life using all the manifestation skills that you have to materialize things in the 3D here. Tell me more about Virgo. We've got the Four of Cups, which has come back out here. We've got the Devil energy, and we got the Seven of Swords. So Virgo, I feel like you know, and I probably don't have to tell you this, but I am going to tell you this because the Devil here is next to the Four of Cups, and it makes me want to tell you, be careful that you don't stay too long in this Four of Cups energy, because the place of your comfortability, or the place where you're trying to get stability of your emotions, can also end up being a trap, right? It can be a place of stagnancy. It can be a place that if you don't get out of there, you end up overthinking or being very obsessive about, and when I say very obsessive about the Four of Cups, it feels like you don't let anyone into your life because that's the only way to keep your emotions stable. We do have the Seven of Swords and the Devil here. It feels like you have been dealing with people that possibly haven't been good for you, good for your mind, good for your psyche. It feels like with the Devil and the Seven of Swords that you're dealing with toxic liars, or it feels like the Four of Cups tells me that you're just hiding yourself away in your stability, or maybe you're just like locking out the world and doing work on your home, whatever makes you happy. You're in creation mode, and I feel like it's in order to be able to get some stability or happiness in your home. I feel like you're creating a loving, kind place of growth, because I feel like you've been dealing with the Seven of Swords and the Devil energy. We've got the King of Wands in the reverse. I don't feel like you are, I feel like with the King of Wands in the reverse that you're not really talking to anybody. You're not giving anybody your energy. It feels like you are in creation mode this week. I feel like you're sort of keeping yourself away from other people, that you've come to this realization or this aha moment here, this moment of revelation, that I just need to keep to myself this week in order to be happy with the Nine of Cups, in order to be inwardly, internally happy without, I just don't want distractions from the outside. You're not looking for anybody from the outside to come in and disrupt your peace. Yeah, peace, the Temperance just showed up. We have the Hermit again, more peace. And we have the Death card. You'll come out of Hermit energy when you're ready. And I think that when you're good and ready is when you're going to feel the most healed. So transformation is coming, Virgo. Please don't push it. Please do what you're supposed to do, right? This is your energy, Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. I feel like you're creating a place of happiness and stability for yourself right now, and I think that's what you need to do for you. I feel like you'll come out of Hermit energy when you're good and ready, and the Temperance here is when you're good and ready is when you're going to feel the most healed. And until then, I think you're going to be in the Four of Cups, avoiding people who are just going to disrupt your energy. Tell me what is around the corner for Virgo, please. We have the Knight of Wands, we have the Judgment card, and we have the Two of Swords. So I think your plan is to make some really big, bold changes in your life is what it feels like. The Two of Swords is making decisions, but I think you're going to be making decisions that aren't going to make other people happy. The Two of Swords to me is like you have this or that, right? Like all the twos, it's always a decision to make. But the Two of Swords is while you're making decisions, you are choosing this or that. And when you choose that, you're cutting out this. So when you choose this, you're cutting out that, because we're dealing with swords. So we have the Judgment card. She's looking over her shoulder at the Judgment card. And I feel like you have decided that there are some people, the Knight of Wands kind of people, the ones who give you no stability, who wander in and out of your life and disrupt it. I feel like you've decided you don't like the people who move quick like that. That you're just going to make a decision about which ones you want to keep in your life, which ones you don't. I feel like what you're letting go is a life of instability. And that includes people, places, things, situations, and jobs. I feel like if it doesn't give you stability, it's not for you. One last card for you, Virgo. Ten of Pentacles. From now into in perpetuity, from now and for the future, I feel like you are in the Ten of Pentacles. If it doesn't bring me stability, money, love, kindness, health, good wealth, if it doesn't bring me any of those things, I'm cutting it out. I don't need it. I feel like it's a really big decision to do what's best for you, and the rest of them can deal with themselves. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, more Capricorn here, Virgo and Pisces. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn again. We've got Scorpio. We've got your energy, Virgo. We've got Gemini and Aries, and Sagittarius, Pisces energy. All right. Tell me about Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about my beautiful creative Libras. Beautiful balanced friends. Tell me about Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra for this week. Sneak peek for this week. Sneak peek for this week for Libra. What is the main energy for Libra? We've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Feels like somebody is about to be vulnerable or come out of hiding. We've got the Ten of Cups. We've got the Hierophant energy. And we've got the Three of Cups. I feel like somebody here is decided to give one more go of it. I've got the World card in the reverse and the future energy on the bottom of the deck, and that tells me that you've left a door open or there's unfinished business. It does feel like you're giving one more shot at being vulnerable, Libra. And the Four of Pentacles tells me that you've decided that you're no longer going to hide yourself away, or you're going to be a little more flexible in the way that you move, in the way that you think, that you're going to be a little more vulnerable as it pertains to the Ten of Cups. We do have the Hierophant energy here, so I'm going to say that you are moving at this in a very studious, stable way. I feel like you intend on doing the right thing, and it's time for you to become more social. The Three of Cups is celebration and happiness and fun, so I feel like you'll be reaching out to friends this week, or maybe they're reaching out to you. It feels like you are emerging back into society, I'm going to say, with the Four of Pentacles being in the reverse. It feels like you're opening doors, or you're letting people in again, and I feel as though the Ten of Cups tells me that you possibly are looking for some sort of commitment, that you are looking for happiness. You're going to get out there, put yourself out there again, because I feel like there's unfinished business, and it tells me that you haven't yet reached the achievement or the milestone that you've been looking for. You don't yet want to close this chapter, and it feels like you need to be vulnerable in order to find your happiness. I think you've realized that, but I also feel like you're on the straight and narrow. You're very structured. You know what you want. It's like you're opening the doors, but you're going from point A to point B. This is what I want over here, and all the rest of them can go away. I feel like you're not interested in just dating this, that, and the other one. I feel like you're just looking for commitment, happy commitment. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles here. We've got the Tower. Coming out of this energy where you've been stuck, starting to be a little more vulnerable, I think is going to shock you, shake you down. It feels like a revelation or a realization here. Yeah, it feels like somebody here is really very serious about finding a partner. I feel like you have, look at the Two of Cups here as well. So this is what it is. No more just dating on the apps. I feel like you're not just looking for anyone. You're not desperate. You don't need it. I feel like you're not looking for just anyone. You've got a specific criteria. Someone who is aligned with your morals, someone who is aligned with your path, someone who realizes you're the spiritual teacher, that you're the person who's moving slowly towards some sort of commitment because you already have a commitment. You're committed to yourself. And I feel like you want to find someone else who can add to you. And I think that's what the Three of Cups is. Add happiness, add celebration. I feel like you know what you want, but you're looking for it. It's time for you to make yourself more available. I really think that you probably either this tower is telling me that you've had a major revelation about the Four of Pentacles, that you've got to be more vulnerable in order to find love. But I feel like that's what you've been working on with the Eight of Pentacles. It tells me that you've been going through some sort of I feel like you've been sort of going over the self. I want to say with this self-mastery, it's like you've become the subject matter expert on you. You've decided that you know that you are the person who is very loyal, that you like to move slow, that you require a certain structure, that you want a certain moral value. I think that you know what you want, and you've been working on yourself to be all of those things, because we all know that you cannot, you can attract something that you're not, but you can only hold the mask for a while until it slips, and then that's it. It breaks up and it's not going to work. So you are always only attracting whatever you are. And so I feel like what you are is loving. What you are is ready to share your cup. You're ready to reciprocate feelings should someone decide they have feelings for you. But ultimately, you've come to a realization that what you want is something committed, stable, sturdy. When you meet somebody here, I feel, Libra, you're meeting them for the purpose of marriage. This is not somebody that you're just going to date for situationship. This isn't somebody that you're just going to allow to wander in and out of your life. They've got to be stable and sturdy like you, or you don't want it. You don't need it, I don't think. We've got the Eight of Wands here. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like if and when you do meet somebody here, it feels like you put them through this really quick but rigorous test of, do you have the things that I want? Do you align with my values? Do you align with who I am? And you know what? That's exactly what we should all be doing. And we should be very choosy about who we allow into our lives. So I feel like the Eight of Wands is telling me that you are hoping to meet somebody fairly quickly. I think you get yourself out there into social situations, but I also feel like the Five of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands tells me that if I don't like it, I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say no. I'm not interested in this relationship. I'm not interested in this new path. I feel like you're okay to cut people out if they just don't bring exactly what you're looking for. We've got the Four of Cups. Yep, exactly. So because I feel like what your priority is right now, Libra, is your stability, your emotional stability. I feel like you're okay to leave those cups on the shelf. You're okay to just leave things, it feels like this person covering their face is like, nope, no thank you. It feels like these people that you will leave them on the outside looking in pretty damn quick if they don't bring what you need. And I feel like you're making that assessment pretty quickly, because it does feel like you've been in a place here for a while where you have been really studying what you want. And I think what you're realizing is that you really like who you are, that you're very loyal, you're someone who's very kind, that does the right thing, that teaches other people morals and values. I feel like you're looking for all of that, and that is what is going to make you happy. Tell me what the outcome is here, please, for Libra. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Ten of Wands. I kind of like that energy together. And then we've got the Six of Wands. So you realize that being in this energy of being vulnerable, looking for love, is actually putting you in a place where you're going to have a lot of attention. And I never met a Libra who was unattractive in myself. I don't know about you, but that energy to me, Libra's energy, is very attractive. But I feel like when you put yourself out there, you're going to get a lot of attention. The Page of Wands and the Ten of Wands tells me anybody who's flighty, anybody who's immature, anybody who's risky, engaging in risky behaviors, or just wants that situationship need not apply. I feel like the Ten of Wands is telling me that in the past you felt under pressure just to take anything that showed up, and I feel like you're just not in that energy anymore. You're like, look, I know I have my options. I have a lot of attention. I am attractive. People want to be in my energy. And I feel like you are just turning away anybody who is in this Page of Wands energy, because this is where you are. You're in the King of Cups energy. You've worked really hard on yourself to love yourself, right, with the Two of Cups, so you could offer what you're attracting. And so the Eight of Pentacles tells me you've been working really hard on you to be this emotionally available, emotionally intelligent, someone who is not into quick moving, fast moving, taking risks kind of energy. So tell me what's around the corner then for Libra, because it sounds to me like you have a great foundation. You've had a realization that you're looking for someone for a deep commitment. You're not just looking to be in situationships here with the Page of Wands. People who are immature and not into being stable. You've dropped that energy. Feels like that energy has only taught you how to be resilient. Tell me what's around the corner, please, for Libra. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the Nine of Swords. So it does feel like in the past that you are very acquainted with dealing with people who keep themselves under the surface until which time they finally drop the mask, and then you figure out you're in the Nine of Swords. That this person doesn't give you any stability. All you do is worry about, are they going to text me? Are they not going to text me? Are they going to turn me down this week? Like, I don't feel like you're into all of that. It feels like this is what you've been dealing with in the past, and what you're going forward into is, I'm accepting nothing less than the Ace of Pentacles. If you're here, it's because you're serious. It's because you're grounded. It's because you're moving forward and you want abundance just like me. So it does feel like this is a new cycle for you, which is tomorrow, which is the new moon in Cancer. A new cycle, new day for you. We do have Cancer energy here. We have Scorpio, Pisces as well. We do have Virgo energy. We have Gemini, Leo, more Scorpio energy, Taurus, and Aries energy. All right, Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. Psychic Friends Network. Tell me about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about this week, sneak peek for this week. The next 7 days for Scorpio. Whenever you find this, Scorpio, it'll be for the next 7 days. What's going on this week for Scorpio? We have the Six of Pentacles. Why is that? We have the Five of Cups. We have the Chariot. And we have the Queen of Wands. Scorpio, I feel like you're quickly realizing that some of the people in your life are there to take and not necessarily to give in return. It feels like you're coming to this, at first it may have been a slow realization, but I feel like the Chariot here tells me that once you really examine the underneath, that it feels like you just really don't want to feel like the Five of Cups anymore. And I feel like the Five of Cups is coming from the Six of Pentacles, because it feels like everyone here wants a handout. They want your energy, they want your time, they want your money. And I feel like you're coming to this realization that there are some people in your life who I feel just want a handout from you. It feels like everything's about to change, because I feel like you're about to make a very big and bold move that is going to turn out to be the happiest time of your life, honestly. It feels like you are moving away from or escaping this Five of Cups. You don't want to feel bad anymore, so I feel like you've decided that you're no longer dealing with people who are going to breadcrumb you, who you're going to give everything to, and they're going to give nothing back. So I feel like you're making this big bold move for your happiness, for your success, for your victory. And it feels like with the Wheel of Fortune in the future here, that everything is about to change. Your destiny is showing up. Things are about to change and expand. And I think that's why the Chariot is here. I feel that's why the Queen of Wands is here. I feel like you are about to be very bold about moving into the future and away from the Six of Pentacles here. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. We've got the Nine of Cups. Your arms are wide open here, with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Three of Swords. You're no longer working with people who are just going to hurt you, disappoint you, break your heart, get you into third-party situations. And look, that could mean anything. Maybe you have a friend who uses work as an excuse. Maybe you have somebody who's like, they never want to go anywhere or do anything. You keep asking, they keep turning you down because they keep giving you excuses like, no, I'm too busy. No, I'm with another person. No, I feel like you're just no longer giving those people your energy. In fact, I think in order to be happy, you're no longer looking for external validation. So if you go to somebody and you've gone to them 2 or 3 times to ask them to get together, come over, go out, go to a movie, and they keep turning you down in favor of other people, I feel like you're pulling your energy back from them. I feel like it's a reasonable thing for you to do, to pull back your energy from people who are breadcrumbing you with their energy. So I feel like the 9 of Cups is telling me that these people, all of they're doing is when they break your heart or disappoint you or whatever the 3 of Swords is they're teaching you how to live without them. Because the 9 of Cups is you doing it by yourself. And that is wish fulfillment, but I feel like you're learning how to live, be happy internally without external validation. And I think that the way that you are doing that is by pulling your energy back or not putting any more energy into these relationships that break your heart or disappoint you. We've got the 2 of Swords. It was a really hard decision for you. I feel like you're blocking some of those people. We've got the Magician energy and we have the 10 of Wands. So I feel like you've realized that you're in charge. You're the person who is literally pulling back your energy with this Magician energy. You've realized that you're the one with all the resources, all the skills, and the only reason that those people hang out with you is because you are over giving to them. You give them a bunch of shit, they give you nothing back. And I feel like this 2 of Swords is telling me that I'm not even looking in their direction anymore. I'm just blocking that energy. I'm making decisions, this or that. And when I choose this, I'm going to block that. And when I choose that, I'm going to block this. So I feel like you're making definite decisions based on your ability to stop giving a shit anymore. I'm going to say that's what it feels like here with this 10 of Wands. You're like, no, it's become too heavy. It's become a lot of work for me. And I'm the one with all the resources. I'm the one with all the skills, the manifestation skills. I'm the one with all the aces in hand. I can go wherever I want, when I want to go there. So we do have the 3 and the 2, which is 5. And I feel like these are people who are taking advantage of you. These are people who are giving you bullshit excuses, I want to say. It's like the people who you're like, yeah, let's go out for the weekend. And they're like, oh, you know what? I can't. I have to work. And then you see them on someone else's Insta, that they've gone out for the weekend with somebody. Those are the people that I think that you are blocking, letting go of. And I think this is going to be your big, bold move in order to get yourself out of this 5 of Cups energy. We do have the 9 of Pentacles. Look, it's your confidence. I love it. You've decided you can do it on your own. Build the business, whatever it is that the 9 of Cups represents for you. It's the confidence of, look, I'm the one who's wealthy. I'm the one who has a wealth of knowledge. I'm the one who is a really good friend, really loyal, stable, and sturdy. I'm the person who always is over giving to somebody. I need to find someone who's going to over give back. I feel like the 10 of Wands is telling me I've been resilient for long enough. I'm no longer going to allow people to make me I feel like these people who are taking from you, it's like they're making you feel less than you are, making you feel like it's your job to take care of them or you can't hang out with them. And I think that the 9 of Pentacles is like, nah, bro, no thank you. No, I can do it on my own. I can be happy on my own. I can be confident on my own. It feels like you're just dropping it. You're done. You're realizing that you're the one with all the resources and skills, and this is the big, bold move that you're making. You're dropping possibly your whole friendship group. It could be maybe a select few, but I think that you're done. It feels like you're done. We've got the 10 of Swords. We've got the High Priestess and the 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, boy. Scorpio, I think this week you're making some cuts. And I don't think you're happy with all those cuts, but listen, I think that they're necessary. I feel like when you hit that block button, or when you hit that unfriend button, or you decide that you're not picking up the phone when they call anymore, I think it's gonna really be painful for you. This is a painful ending that I don't think is gonna be as easy for you as people think it is. Because when we finally emerge as the 9 of Pentacles and realize that we don't really need anybody else in our lives to take care of us but us, and that we can make big, bold moves without having the support of the people around us, that's when you realize that you're kind of invincible here. We have the High Priestess and the 10 of Swords, and I think that you are pulling your energy back from people with the with the end result being, I'm not coming back. This is it. I'm done. Because that's a fixed sign. That's Scorpio, right? Fixed sign. I'm a fixed sign too. I'm a Taurus. And we give them chances after chances after chances after chances. And when they're done, when they run out of chances, that's it. You just won't go back. So I think your high priestess energy is pulling back your energy, pulling it back within you, but also listening to your intuition that's telling you it's time to put them on the outside looking in. That they were just taking advantage of you anyway. And there was a time and a space that I feel that you really needed that, but I don't think you need it anymore because your confidence level is so high. You're looking good. You're in the most attractive energy of your life. You're attracting a new group of people who are in the Nine of Pentacles like you. Tell me what is around the corner for Scorpio. We've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Nine of Swords, and we've got the Eight of Wands. We've got the Four of Cups, or sorry, the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. And anybody who dare come forward to you, Scorpio, and say, what's your problem? Why aren't you speaking to me? I think they're going to get this. I think they're going to get the Queen of Swords. I'll tell you why I'm holding back. This is exactly why I'm holding back. And I think that you're going to tell them, look, I've just decided I'm off on a new path to find my longevity, to find my life partner, to find my, to live in a way which is, abundant, luxurious, and I can't do that if I'm not taking care of me. So I feel like you are moving on to bigger and better things. I think that the Page of Cups is telling me that other people are surprised or shocked that you value yourself, your time, and your energy so much. I feel like they think that you have changed. And when they come at you and they say, well, where have you been? I think you're going to be like, yeah, let me tell you why. And I think you're going to be honest and truthful. I don't think you mean to hurt anybody's feelings here, but I feel like you're going to be super honest and truthful with people who have taken advantage of you of way too long. Seven of Swords. It's like you're going to remain quiet until they ask you. And when they ask you, you're going to give them the Nine of Swords. I waited around long enough in this energy where I was never in the present moment. I was always looking back there. What did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? Why aren't they calling me? Why aren't they seeing me? And instead of looking into the future and saying, you know what, I feel like this isn't anything that I can, that is my problem. I don't think this is an issue. I think this is an ish them. I got that from my son's friend, actually. He said the other day, I don't think that's an issue. I think that's an ish them. So maybe it needs to be on a t-shirt. Maybe that's your mantra for the week. There we go. I think that this is the new energy that they're getting here. They're getting the very cold, the very decided, the person who is like, if you're asking, I'm going to give you the answer, but I'm tired of you people lying to me, using me. I feel like you're going to be very quick with exacting your energy and letting them know exactly how you feel. I feel like you're in the Queen of Swords energy this week, my friend. We do have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We have Gemini and Aries energy. We have more Aquarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I feel like you're making a plan to pull back your energy this week, and so in favor of your happiness. We got Cancer energy here. Cancer moon is tomorrow. Maybe that's your new cycle. We do have Pisces energy here as well. All right, Sagittarius. My fire family. Tell me about Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Sagittarius. Tell me about Sagittarius this week in the next 7 days. Whenever you get the Sag, the next 7 days. All right, here we go. We've got the Star. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Queen of Wands. And we have the Nine of Cups. I feel like this is a week of healing for you. This is a week of hopeful healing. It also feels to be a week where you are maybe healing your emotions, Sag. I want to say that you will be dealing with the Queen of Wands, who I feel is somebody who is making some sort of a big, bold assertion, move toward you. It feels like this person is being very fiery in their energy, possibly. I feel like you're in the King of Cups, though. I'm just going to say, like, this could be your energy, of course, because it's the Queen of Wands energy. Maybe you do have a water placement as well. But I feel like if this is your energy here, the Queen of Wands, you're making a big, bold move towards your happiness. It does feel like if these are both your energy, it could be because everybody has feminine and masculine energy. It does feel like the energy of somebody here who has decided to just move forward. I need to make myself happy, and I need to stop worrying about what everyone else is thinking about me. The King of Cups is here, which tells me that you are in this energy of sort of water off a duck's back. That if there are people in your life who are making big, bold assertions about you that might not be true, it feels like you are in this energy of, you know what, I'm just heading toward my Nine of Cups. I feel like you're in this emotionally stable energy, which is emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is really important, right? I feel like people, there might be somebody here who is, it does feel like disruptive energy just a little bit. Tell me about this star energy. I feel like you're shining really brightly here and feeling really good about yourself this week. You're feeling hopeful. You're feeling stable in your emotions. You're feeling happy. We've got a Tower. We've got the Three of Cups. And we have the Sun in the reverse. I think that you are realizing here that you have outgrown a group of people. The realization and the the Tower and the Star. I feel like when the Tower falls, when things crumble, when something shows up surprisingly, that the Star is here to offer healing, strength, helps you push away all the rubble. It feels like something is falling apart for you this week, and it could be with a friend group. It feels like it could be in a social situation or in a social group. It feels like you're having some sort of revelation or realization here that the Sun is in the reverse. And so I feel like you're seeing things for what they are. The Sun is still warmth. The Sun is still happiness. But I really do feel that the Sun in the reverse is telling me you've realized you've hit the glass ceiling with a group. A social group, or the Three of Cups being the celebration and the happiness. Maybe you've been going out a lot and you're just not finding your happiness there, but you really are seeing those people in the group for who they are. It feels like this is maybe a bit of a soft tower, a realization, but it does feel like your friendships or social schedule, or if you've got plans for this week, those might crumble, those might fall apart. I really do feel that the Queen of Wands energy now, as I look at this, is probably your energy. It feels like you're the one making really big, bold moves towards your happiness here, that you're feeling very hopeful. But I feel that you're also seeing things for what they are. And I feel like you're trying to keep it all under the surface. Feels like you're quietly moving away, possibly. We've got the Nine of Cups and the one in the hand of the King of Cups is 10. But I feel like you are happy on your own. I feel like you've realized that you see things for what they are. And it does feel like you've realized that with some of these relationships or with your social group that you're currently in, that you've hit the glass ceiling, that there's no more growth to be had here. We've got the Four of Cups. Feels like you'll be happier by yourself is what it feels like here. You've come to a realization that, look, maybe I'm just happiest in my comfort zone because I just don't feel like there's any way to grow in this social situation I'm in anymore. And I feel like the King of Pentacles is telling me that you require more from people that you're getting in this social situation. You require people to add to you like you add to them, because the King of Pentacles does have the minus touch, but is the overgiver of the earth signs. I mean, all the earth signs are very overgiving, but the King of Pentacles is just always giving willingly, throwing it all at the universe, because the King of Pentacles has the minus touch and realizes, I'm just going to throw all that good energy at the universe because it's just coming back. And so I feel like you have been throwing your energy at this group of people, your good energy, for long enough. It feels like your choice is to now throw your energy at the universe or just to stay stable and sturdy in your own energy. I feel like your goal this week, maybe for the next 7 days, is to get into the Four of Cups, be very comfortable in your energy, in your comfort zone, and just focus on you. I think that's what you're doing, focusing on your stability, on your work, on your business. It feels like this is a choice that you're making here. Tell me more about this. We've got the Devil. Yeah. I just want to say that it does feel like that there are people around you, Sag, that I think that you thought were in it for the right reason. Maybe you thought that they were soulmate friends. It feels like you've realized you're standing alone, that maybe these people had attached themselves to you because of what you could provide for them, whether that is good energy, time, money, whatever it is, whatever the King of Pentacles representing. It feels like that you have realized that there's no growth here, and that these people are just codependent on your energy or whatever it was that you were supplying for them. So I feel like this is the week that you have this realization. It does feel like it comes as a soft tower, but it feels like you are probably going to be moving away from the social group that you're in because of the tower. I feel like it might feel like things are crumbling around you, that there might be and I think it's a little bit of envy or jealousy that you're big and bold and moving ahead, and you're the most attractive energy that you've been in quite some time, and you're attracting really good things to you, right? The Nine of Cups is here. You're attracting wish fulfillment, you're attracting happiness, and you've become emotionally intelligent. So it feels like when the tower falls, you really don't even flinch. I'm going to say you sort of keep it all under the surface, like it is what it is. I trust the universe. Tell me what the outcome is, please, for Sag. We've got the Eight of Wands. We've got the High Priestess, and we've got the Seven of Wands. Look, your boundaries are up. You're tired of being the resilient one. You're tired of being the one that does the over-explaining, all the communication. You're tired of being the one who's chasing other people with communication. It feels like you are at the end point, I'm going to say, because the Queen of Wands is carrying a wand, and there's 9 here, and I feel like you're dropping it. You're done. The Seven of Wands with the High Priestess tells me you've now got your boundaries in place. You're protecting your peace is what it is. The High Priestess being here, you're being silent, pulling back your energy, you're protecting your peace. And as all of these wands are coming at you, I think you're done. I think you're just going to ignore people, maybe just not answer their communications, and maybe you're going to block people. It feels like you are realizing that you were kind of being overused. It feels like a realization or a revelation. Tell me what's around the corner for Sag. We've got the Ace of Swords, which has come back. Yeah, this is an aha moment. It's a big revelation of clarity, truth, and a triumphant, oh, now I get it. So it feels like unfortunately and fortunately at the same time. Yeah, I was saying block. There's 2 swords here, right? It feels like it's a fortunate thing, because now you get to liberate yourself and say, you know what, I'm just going and I'm not coming back. I've got boundaries, and I'm just going to be honest with all y'all that if you're going to be that way to me, if it feels like you just come to the realization that you're the King of Pentacles, that people are actually taking more from you than are giving back, because the Devil is here. They've just attached themselves to you. And so you chose to give and give and give, because that's the loving kind of person that you are, that you give without asking for anything in return, but understand that givers must have limits because takers do not. And so the Ace of Swords is the revelation or the realization that I've just got to be honest with myself, with them, with my boundaries. We've got the 10 of Wands in the reverse. I've been carrying around this heaviness for too long, and they've been treating me like they've been treating me for too long, but it's because it's a realization that you allowed it. We do have the 10 of Wands in the reverse, and I was saying that it's time to drop it, right? Because I saw the 9 of Wands and the Queen of Wands, and I feel like it's time to drop it. I think this week is the week where you have the revelation or the realization that you're in the wrong group of people, and that they only want you around just so they can hook their wagon to you for whatever you provide for them, whatever it is, comic relief, energy, time, money, love. I feel like you're very loving and kind. 10 of Pentacles, and you're onto something that's a little more sturdy and stable. something with longevity. I feel like you're just being honest with people. Look, you're not my forever group. You people, I think I've hit the ceiling, the glass ceiling here, and the universe is telling me it's time for me to move on. It feels like you've hit some sort of level, I'm going to say. We've got two queens here with the high priestess. It feels like you've reached another level. I'm going to say you're at another level, and it's time for you to carry on into the future without this group of people. I feel like you were hesitating with it for a long while, but we do have the King of Swords here, until you were finally honest with yourself that you weren't getting any justice and that you wouldn't be in the future. It feels like you knew that it was time to go, that you were in a bad cycle, but you needed more information. And I think the information that you got was, I'm always the one that gets hurt. I'm always the one that gets left behind. All right. We've got Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. Tell me about Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for this week. Tell me about this week for Capricorn. The next 7 days, Capricorn, whenever you get this. The next 7 days for Capricorn. What's coming up this week for Capricorn? Got the Ten of Wands in the reverse. What are you holding on to here? You're trying to stop something from coming to an end. It feels like it's weighing heavy on you. It's emotional burnout is what it is. You're carrying too much. There's too much emotional stuff going on here. It's making you almost despondent, I want to say, with this Four of Cups here. The Ten of Wands in the reverse, whenever I get this reversal with the Ten of Wands, it makes me feel like you're carrying something that's not yours and you don't want to put it down or let it go. It feels like it's a thought process or a thought pattern, and I feel like it's something you're trying to sort out or get clarity on. I feel like it's something internal. Because with the Four of Cups here, it feels like you're contemplating something. You're contemplating, there's a cup on the shelf here. You've got enough information, and I think that the Four of Cups is almost the point at which you stop and think about the consequences of your actions. It feels like there is something that's about to go off or something that's about to happen here, and it feels like the Four of Cups tells me this is the place of contemplation. I've gone through all the books, I've gone through all the information, I've gone through all of my emotions, I've got clarity on it now. It feels like I'm about to say something. The Ten of Wands is something you've been carrying around that's an emotionally confusing or overwhelming for a while, and it feels like you're about to make some clarity, or this is the week where you get some sort of clear thinking. Like, why am I carrying this around? Why do I continue to carry around these feelings? Tell me about the Ten of Wands in the reverse. It's a little bit of martyrdom. I'm just going to say, it's like you don't know who you are if you drop your chaos. If you don't drop all the hurt, if you just decide to just let it go, then who am I? Some people can't live without their own chaos. We've got the Queen of Wands. You're about to make some sort of a big, bold move, something that other people don't have the tenacity or the courage to do. It feels like you are stepping into some sort of power this week, where you are realizing that the reason that you're stuck in your mind is because there's no growth at this point. Look, the sun is the sun. The sun is when it's in the reverse is still a bit of happiness. It's still warm, right? But the sun in the reverse to me is no growth. And so we have the Eight of Swords. And with the Eight of Swords being stuck in the prison of the mind, there literally is no growth. You just keep going over the same thing over and over and over again. So it's analysis paralysis. I feel like the Queen of Wands is here to encourage you to make a big, bold move, to get out of this Eight of Swords, and to have a realization. The sun, even if it's in the reverse, is still a realization. You can still see everything that's going on around you, and you're about to see that you've been holding on to something that has been holding you back. You've been holding on to something that has been holding you down emotionally. And I think that this is the revelation or the realization. Once you have enough information, you're going to realize that the reason that you've been in this comfort zone is because of all the overthinking that you've been doing. I feel like you're about to get up and go, get up and do something here. Tell me more. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the Lover's energy. We have the Hermit. And we have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, that's what it is. I feel like this Hermit energy and the Four of Swords have something in common. It feels like this, I feel like you're in this sort of dark night of the soul energy. You have been looking for, I feel, excuse me, excuse me again. You've been looking for something that is going to be stable and sturdy, something that's going to give you longevity, something that is going to give you a stable income, a stable friendship, a stable life. I feel like you're looking for a soulmate energy, possibly soulmate friends, a soulmate lover. It feels like you are in this sort of maybe coming out of this dark night of the soul. The 10 of Swords is painful endings, right? But it's also release. It feels like you are releasing a bunch of things that you have contemplated or come to a realization of. And it feels like the realization is that I've been carrying far too much for far too long, and it was always my option or my choice, right? It was always my choice to drop the 10 wands if I wanted to, but I didn't. I was carrying it in favor of not wanting to move from my comfort zone. So I feel like this is a time where you stop complaining about it and actually start taking action on it. It does feel like the action comes from the Queen of Wands, so it's going to be like this great big bold move. And I feel like you have now had this breakthrough or a realization that you've been stuck in some sort of cycle where you've been carrying yours and everyone else's shit for a long time. It feels like this Ace of Swords is your clarity. It's cutting through the Four of Cups. This, you're coming to a realization, has been your comfort zone. That you didn't want to bust through the glass ceiling because it would upset people around you. They would call you selfish. They would tell you, well, you're not supporting me. What about me? And you're like, no. What about me? I'm the one going through the dark night of the soul. I'm the one doing the self-audit constantly to see that if I'm enough. And I feel like you've always been enough, Capricorn, but I feel like you've allowed other people to convince you that you're not. So I feel like that this week, I feel like you are now coming out of this dark night of the soul, because the 10 of Swords is the ending with the Hermit energy, and you're making a choice. The choice is you. You're choosing the 10 of Pentacles, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. You're choosing stability, wealth, good health, longevity. You're focused on you, focused on your business, focused on your workplace. Whatever it is, you've decided, I've got to do what I've got to do for me. Tell me what the outcome is for Capricorn, please. We've got the Temperance card. We've got the King of Wands. I really love this energy. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. The Tower is here. Revelation, realization. Look, this week it's going to feel like things are falling apart, but it comes on the heels of you making some really big moves or decisions to make a big move. You are busting out of the Eight of Swords. The Queen of Wands is showing up to save you. And it feels like this tower energy here is what shakes your foundation. It does feel like you are now taking action. And the action is toward the future. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. The Temperance tells me your healing is done. Now is the moment of alchemy for you to get up and take action on the things that you've always wanted. And when you stand up, it causes a tower. It is something that feels like it shakes everything around you for miles and miles, is what it feels like. Because I feel like while you were in this Hermit energy, you were in the Eight of Pentacles, looking over the self. Why am I always looking over me? Why am I always being hard on myself? I'm the subject matter expert. I'm the one who works really hard. I'm the one with all the skills, and I'm the one with the reassessment skills. I'm reassessing the situation to realize I've worked really hard on myself. I think that you're about to tell people where it's at in order to get some healing. I feel like you're about to say it out loud and aggressively. That's what it feels like here. I think you are causing a tower for many people this week, because you're about to make a big, bold move and let everybody know who you really are at your core, and who you really are as someone who loves the self. We do have Virgo, we have Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We've got Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo energy. Virgo, more Sagittarius, and some Gemini energy. Tell me about Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, smarty pantses. Tell me about Aquarius, the genius of the Zodiac, right? Tell me about Aquarius. Sneak peek for this week. Next 7 days, Aquarius. What's coming up for you whenever you get this? Next 7 days. Tell me about Aquarius, okay? We've got the Two of Swords and the Four of Wands. Isn't that curious? I think you're making some big decisions. You're letting something go. Look, we're moving into the new moon tomorrow in Cancer. And I feel with this full moon over this person's head that you've already made some really tough decisions over the last full moon. There's usually a couple of weeks or a week and a half between moons, right? And so we have the Four of Wands. I feel like you've made decisions about what you want going forward into your future. What's going to give you stability? What's going to give you happiness, excitement? What's going to make you happy? We've got the Empress. I feel like for some of you, this Empress is telling me that what's going to make you happy is to be by yourself, take care of yourself, focus on yourself, your stability, your security, being honest and truthful with yourself, taking care of your health, all of the queens, right? Kind, compassionate. It feels like for some of you that you are moving into this Empress energy, but I think for others of you, it feels like you're making a decision about what makes you happy, and I feel like for some of you, what makes you happy is the Empress. So this could be an actual person for you. Someone who's maybe Libra or Taurus, they don't have to be, but someone who's in the Empress energy has wisdom. So they're a little bit older, and there's somebody who has the wisdom of all of the queens. They've learned all of the lessons of the Queen of Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles. And so this is someone who doesn't really need you, but someone that I feel gives you kind, loving, stable energy. We've got the Ace of Cups. It does feel like there is some sort of major decision going on in your head. Look, the Empress can be feminine or masculine. You could be the Empress, or this could be the person you're thinking about, and it's going to be different for all of you. But we have the Ace of Cups here. I feel that you see this Empress as very loving, very kind and compassionate and nurturing. This person nourishes your soul, your emotional self, and I feel like you're making one of the hardest decisions of your life this week, because the Two of Swords, like all the other twos, is about decision making. But what's different about the Two of Swords is that you've decided, instead of believing what you see, that you're now feeling it out, because her eyes are covered and she can't really see what's going on. But what she is feeling is the emotions at her waist. She's sitting waist deep in water, and she's got a moon above her head. So I feel like it's this or that. And if you're not doing this, you're cutting out that. If you're going to have that, you're going to cut out this. And if you're going to have this, you're going to cut out that. It feels like you have a choice to make here between two people, two jobs, two situations, two places to live, because the Four of Wands is here. But I think it involves your stability, your happiness, how you are going to be happy in your life, in your home. Tell me about the Two of Swords, please. We have the Knight of Wands. You're going to be making this decision this week. Knight of Wands is carrying one wand. For me, that is a week. And the Knight of Wands is a quick decision. Now, I don't think you're making this decision quickly, because you would never do that. But I do believe that this is something you've been thinking on for a while. And so because you've been thinking on it, I think you're ready this week to make a decision. The Fool is here, and I feel like you are taking advantage of this new moon, and you are opening the new cycle. Tell me more about Aquarius. We have the Eight of Pentacles. There is something here that I feel you've been really looking into in great detail. You've been sort of in this reassessment mode, but I feel like there's something that you feel that you know very well, like with precision. I think that you've been planning behind the scenes about how to have some sort of a new beginning, possibly with the Empress. And I feel like this is the week where you actually execute the plan that you've been planning. It feels like you've been either working on yourself or working on a plan. It feels like you've been putting the hard work in on something here. You've been assessing a situation, and I feel like you just complete the 8th pentacle this week, which means you're ready to put the hard work in. Tell me more about this. We have the Queen of Swords. Ooh, you're about to speak up. Now, I'm just going to say, we do see that there's 3 swords here. So it does feel like there is a risk of you getting your heart broken. And I feel like you're making a decision between 2 people, situations, or jobs. There is a chance that you might pick the wrong one. And I feel like that's why it's taken you so long to make the decision. But I think that the Queen of Swords is finally standing up and putting boundaries in place and saying, I need to be honest with me and honest with everyone else. I need to speak my truth and liberate myself from a situation that I don't think has been working for me. The 8 of Swords, it feels like the Queen of Swords is here to cut you free of the 8 of Swords. I feel like you have been overthinking, but you are, there's just nobody else in the Zodiac who overthinks more than you, Aquarius. And it feels like you've been in a bit of analysis paralysis. It's taken you a very long time to make some sort of decision. 8 and 10 tells me something is over. It's coming to a painful end because of something you're going to say. You're going to give somebody the straight goods, and it's going to be very painful to say it, and it's going to also be painful for that person to hear, but it's to clear your path so you can take this door to the new cycle here, the new chapter in your life. We have the 5 of Cups. Look, it's, although you don't usually show emotions on the surface, unless maybe you're a Pisces cusp, or maybe you're somebody who has a sun sign that is Aquarius, and maybe you've got water in the moon and the rising. But I feel like what you're keeping under wraps is that it really is sad. Like, I feel like there is a sad energy about you ending one thing to go to another. This is not an easy situation. It's not something that you really wanted to do, but I think it's something that you realize you have to do, because the 5 of Cups is here with the Ace of Cups, which is 6 cups, and I feel like the Empress is somebody who either you share a past life with, or somebody who you know is your soulmate, somebody who you just don't feel like you can go on without. It feels like you are making some sort of really big decision, and that with the 3 of Pentacles that there's just a clean break. It feels like the Queen of Swords is holding up that sword because you're just cutting somebody out. There's not even going to be a friendship here when you're done. I feel like you can no longer trust somebody. There's no longer any collaboration with this person. It feels like you have made a decision, and sort of that's the way you work, Aquarius, right? Leaps and bounds, that you're like, I'll think about this now, I'll think about this now, I'll think about this now, and it can take you months to make a decision, and then all of a sudden, boom, you pull out the sword and then you cut it out. And I feel like somebody's going to be brokenhearted. Whether that's you or them is yet to be seen. Tell me what the outcome is, please. We have the Temperance card in the reverse. We have the 3 of Swords. And we have the 6 of Pentacles. You know what I think is happening here? I think that there is an Empress who I think is on the outside of this situation. And I think that you're on the inside of a situation. And I do believe I said that in your reading I did for you yesterday. But it does feel like there is somebody here who's taking advantage of your energy, your time, your money. I feel like you've come to a realization that maybe this is what you suspected was going on, but I feel like now you know that's what's going on, because an answer at the Temperance in the reverse is always no. I feel like you've realized you can no longer go any further than this. This is not something that you were supposed to stay in for the rest of your life. It was a lesson that you were supposed to learn. We do have 3 swords and 3 swords, which is 6 swords. It tells me you're moving along or moving on, moving away from mental chaos. We have the 6 of Cups. I did talk about it here, 5 and 1 is 6, it shows up. And so it does feel like, I feel like there is somebody here who gives you stability, kindness, love, compassion, somebody who is very independent, somebody who isn't going to take advantage of your kindness. Like, look, you're the humanitarian, you're always going to give where you can give. And I feel like there is somebody, 2 people, and I feel like one of them is very abundant on their own, and the other person is somebody who's just taking from you. You're realizing that they don't have anything to add. And so I feel like this week, I feel like your outcome is that you're realizing you can go no further with the situation that you're in, that it was always the Empress, or you were always the Empress. Take it as it resonates for you. What is around the corner for Aquarius? We have the 8 of Cups. There it is, friend, walking away. I just need to leave this behind, and I unfortunately think that once you're straight up, honest, truthful, give somebody the cut, I feel like the Eight of Cups is where it goes. Detach. I'm out. I gotta go. This is over. I feel like you're just going to give the straight goods as you always would. The Knight of Cups is here. I feel like your heart is elsewhere. I feel like you do have heart space for someone else, and now you want to make that manifest. You've realized that you're the one who is in charge, and you always have been here. You've always had the ace in hand, and I think the ace that you're choosing to use is the Ace of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. There it is. New love with the Empress, I believe, is what it feels like, or new love for the Empress. We've got the Nine of Wands. We have the Justice card. You go from this place of feeling resilient. I'm always getting hurt. I've been in this place where I've been hurt over and over. Feels like you were staying there because that's what you knew. Feels like you were being taken advantage of in some sort of friendship, relationship, job, place of work, whatever it is. And it feels like you stood there because that's what you know. It feels like you were brought up in that environment and that's what you know. But I think that the new you is in this Justice energy. Karma is being cleared. I feel like something's being restored or coming to stability here, and there's no more worry. I feel like you've decided, I can't worry about this. I've got to release it. I've got to bring stability into my life. It's time for a real commitment. So I feel like you are dropping some sort of burden you've been carrying around with you for a while here. It's time for something new and happy to begin. We've got 10 cups that I feel is what you're after. And it feels like 2 cups being here, the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups, that there is somebody who has been reciprocating the feelings that you've always wanted to be given to you. This person is just freely giving it back. 1, 2, 3. I feel like there's going to be some type of reunion happening here. All right. We've got Scorpio energy. We've got Cancer. We've got Gemini and Aries, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We've got Libra and Taurus. We've got a lot of Libra. Look, I feel like what you're after this week is balance. You realized you're going the wrong way. Sagittarius energy. We've got Virgo, Aries, Sagittarius. There we go. Big about face. Big turnaround for you, Aquarius. Tell me what is going on for my beautiful Pisces water family. Tell me about my 2 fishes friends. Tell me about this week. Sneak peek for this week for you, Pisces. Next 7 days, whenever you get this, friends. Next 7 days, sneak peek for this week. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. This week, we've got you at the 7 of Cups. Why is that? Scared to make a decision about something, almost feeling paralyzed, feeling like you can't make a step forward for some reason. You know what? Actually, when I pulled this Ace of Wands in the reverse, it gave me a little bit of a feeling of anxiety. Now, I'm not diagnosing you. I'm the one with anxiety. And so I was feeling a little pang of anxiety. You know, that place below the chest cavity, but above your stomach, that feeling right there, that's what I felt. It's like, I need to make a decision, and I'm feeling too anxious to make a decision about something here. It's like you're scared you're going to make the wrong decision, so you're not making a decision at all. We've got the King of Swords, so there it is, analysis paralysis. I feel like you've been overthinking something, or you're about to make a decision about an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. It does feel like the King of Swords energy tells me that you're the final word, though. It feels like you're the one that's been feeling anxious about making the wrong decision, but you know that you have to make a decision with precision, because once you make that decision, Pisces, you're not going back. It is done. It's a done deal. You are the final word, and it is a done deal. So I feel like you have been hesitating or feeling emotionally overwhelmed or anxious, I would say, with this Ace of Wands in the reverse with the 7 of Cups gives me a feeling of anxiousness, that you've been anxious because you know that once this decision is made, that's it. It's done. It's made. We've got the 5 of Swords. Oh boy. And you're moving on. Yeah, 5 of Swords. So I feel like you've really been thinking over a situation. I think something here really disappointed you or broke your heart. I feel like somebody made a decision to say something or do something or to walk away from you. Somebody just said something out of spite, anger. They just threw it at you, I feel. It was very cutting, very biting. It feels like it might happen this week if it hasn't happened yet, but it feels like this is the place where you are now thinking about exactly about what they said. And how dare they say that to you, Pisces? Like, it feels like that kind of energy, right? The King of Swords is standing up because the King's mastered something, and this one's mastered the mind and has realized, look, I'm the one with all the power. I'm the one that can just cut you off and say, you know what, I don't have to deal with you at all. But it feels like this is sort of anxiety fuel for you, that maybe this is something that you don't usually do. You don't usually cut people off. You don't usually have the final say or give the final say, even if you know you have it. And I feel like you're hesitating to do it. You're hesitating to make that decision. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. You know you need a clean break. Yeah, there's the Three of Swords. And we got the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. So the Ace of Pentacles tells me that this could be something that's fairly new. Maybe it's a fairly new job. Maybe it's a fairly new friendship. Maybe it happened within the last year or so. And it feels like it's just not working out. It feels like with the Three of Swords, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Cups, that this has been tumultuously overly emotional. Somebody's full of drama here, and I don't think it's you. I feel like somebody is giving you drama or making your thought patterns very dramatic or causing drama in your life. With the Eight of Swords in the reverse, it feels like you're no longer in this place where you feel like it's your fault. It feels like you've come to a realization that the Three of Swords is here. And there really isn't anything that you can do about that. It feels like there is that you need to take control. I want to say that I feel like I'm speaking to an Aries who likes to remain under control. It feels like you're the one who's emotionally intelligent, and so you are somebody who likes to remain in control under any situation or circumstance. It feels like you're being asked to stand up and finally take control of a situation here. We've got the Nine of Cups. In order for you to be happy, it feels like after coming out of this Eight of Swords, you're realizing that the Three of Swords is being caused by the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. It's something that you have to do, that you didn't want to do, but you need to make the last decision here. Because of this situation, it does feel like that somebody just really blurted out something at you in text to your face and then walked away and expected that you would just sit there and take it. We've got the Fool. Yeah. I feel like this is why you're in this sort of anxiety, emotional anxiety is what it feels like here. Anxious about making a decision because you know that once you make the decision that the door is closed. You are the final say. You're the person that's going to make the best decision for everyone involved, and then you're going to carry on with the new chapter. We've got the Three of Wands and we've got the Nine of Swords. Look, just because we close doors and we cut people out of our lives, it doesn't mean that we feel good about it. Because the pain of the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords, like the King of Swords, it has pain as well. Right? The person who does the cutting, the person who is the last word or the final straw, that person also has pain. I feel like with the Nine of Swords here, it tells me that you agonized over this decision, but you're doing what's best for your future. With the Three of Wands here, that you're sort of looking out into the future and saying, look, there's more out there than this. I don't want to be stuck in this Seven of Cups anymore. I don't want to be stuck in this place where I'm scared to make a decision dealing with people that are behind their masks. This person in the Seven of Cups is holding on to their mask with one hand, right? So it feels like I don't want to be stuck in this place where people are not being honest or truthful with me, because I think that the King of Swords is showing up saying that you're fed up, you're done. But I feel like the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords is giving me 10. You got to release something, and it's going to be painful. Something is coming to a painful end. It's not going to be easy for you either, but you will never allow someone to speak to you like that again. You don't deserve that. Justice is here. And when justice is here, everything is like exact. We've got to get balance in this situation. I've got to bring things back into place. We've got the owl here, which tells me transformation is here. And so with the justice here, it feels like you're doing the right thing. I'm going to say you are taking control, like the Emperor we saw on the bottom of the deck in the future, and it feels like you're exacting justice. So it feels like you're finally saying something, and I don't think you're saying that it to be harsh, because the sword is pointing down. to me, swords that point up or something like I got something to say and it's really aggressive, but the King of Swords is pointing down. The Justice is pointing down. And I feel like these two swords here are telling me that it's time to just start hitting the block button. Yeah. Because there's somebody here who just won't stop dragging you into their drama. I feel like you agonized over this, but I think it's time for you to clear your karma, bring things back into balance here with the Justice card. And I think that you've been sad about having to do it, but you've got to do it. And I think it's going to lead you to this new chapter, which probably is tomorrow, because we have a new moon showing up for a new cycle tomorrow in Cancer. 25th, right? We've got the Six of Cups. Yeah, you know why this is going to be hard for you? Because this person is somebody that you've known for a while. Person, people, a group of people, workplace, tell me what it is, right? The Six of Cups is here. And so that tells me you have a lot of backstory or a lot of nostalgia with somebody here. And we've got the Hierophant, we've got the Page of Swords, but there is something that's come to light. And it feels like it is not in alignment with your morals, with your values, with your sturdy stability. It feels like it's not in alignment with you. And even though you've known this person for a really long time, you're no longer in alignment with them. And so I think you have to exact your justice and carry on with your life. And like I said, the King of Swords isn't, they're head over heart, but they're not without a heart. I feel like this is it's gonna hurt you as much as it's gonna hurt them. Because I really think that if you had a choice, I don't think that it would end up this way. But it's breaking your heart. And you can't allow them to do that to you anymore. It's time for you to open a new, more steady, sturdy chapter with the Ace of Pentacles here. What's around the corner for Pisces? We have the Hanged Man. Oh boy, there's a lot of thinking process going on here. Look at this. It's exactly what I was just talking about. The Hanged Man, the Knight of Pentacles is in the reverse, and the Three of Pentacles. It's a friend group, or it's a community, or it's your workmates. It is somebody that I feel you used to trust. Somebody who I feel that you gave them a lot of collaboration and cooperation. You gave them a lot of chances, right? We're looking at Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. We're looking at you gave them everything. You overgave to them, in fact. And then the Hanged Man energy being here tells me I just got to pull back and, wide angle lens. I got to pull back and look at all the details. I need a better perspective here. And I feel like you go into this pause of energy and you just stop communicating for a while until you can make your decision. And so the Three of Pentacles tells me that I feel like you just stop communicating with this group of people, this community, this network, people at work. Maybe you leave the job. You're thinking with this Hanged Man, do I cut them out or do I not? Hanged Man energy is about perspective, about being in a pause. I need to think before I act. The Knight of Pentacles being in the reverse. I'm just going to stop things for a moment. I really need to think about what I'm doing. So this is really heartfelt thought patterns here. This is not something that you're doing quickly out of anger because someone said something rude to you. I feel like you've really been agonizing over this, Pisces. We do have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Maybe we can revisit it later, but right now is not the time. Nine of Pentacles, I think you're going off on your own. Four of Swords to get your mental stability. Look at this. The King of Cups is here. And the Ten of Swords. I feel like you're handling this very painful ending. I did say 9 and 1 in the hand of the King of Swords is the 10. And so I think you're in the 10 of Swords and it's super painful. Feels like death. But the King of Cups tells me you take it like a champ. It feels like you're keeping everything under the surface. I feel like you really love this group of people or this person or this job or whatever it is, but I think that you've realized that the brave thing to do would be just to say something and go. Yeah. Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. It feels like the Eight of Pentacles is here. You're building something on your own here with the Artist. You're building something on your own here, and I feel like this group of people, they were taking too much of your energy, your time. Yeah. You're done with the shenanigans, is what it is. Because of the Five of Swords. We've got Gemini and Libra. We have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy, Aries, Pisces. We have Aquarius. We have Taurus energy. And that's the thing. I think that they just don't align with your values and morals anymore. That's what it is. I think you've outgrown the group. We do have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. All right. just going to leave that there. Thank you so much, Pisces, for being here and watching. If you made it up to here and you're any other sign, thanks so much for doing that. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back with all the weekly readings. Love you guys, and I'm out for now. Take care. Bye-bye.